Today we're talking about bad binder behavior. If you don't know what bad binder behavior is, it was a phrase coined by
Deep Pocket Monsters.
Maybe someone else made it up prior to him, but he definitely made it popular. And I'll link a video that he did going over what bad binder behavior is and some things that you might not have known about storing cards and things we do that might potentially damage cards. But in this video, this is for you. If you're new, if you're just starting your collection, if you are storing cards, maybe these are some things you didn't know. Without further ado, this is your boy Sleeping Snorlax. Go ahead and hit that like button for me.
Snorlax, Snorlax, Snorlax.
Most of us in the hobby have a binder similar to this one, if not this exact same brand. So we're gonna fast forward through this and find a spot suitable for us to show you about these sleeves, fam. These sleeves. Now on the left side we have this regular penny sleeve, and on the right side we have a different type of sleeve. They're pretty similar to the ones you get in the ETBs, which I think are way better, and I'm about to show you why. Penny sleeves are a lot more flimsy. They are super cheap though, and when you try to slide it inside the binder, you have to be extra careful because the little ends there on the corners, you could end up messing up the sleeve and it'll get crinkled, and you're basically pushing the edges of your cards up against the binder. The other sleeves, however, they're a lot more durable and you don't have to be as careful, and I don't ever deal with that edge crinkly thing. It just makes life a whole lot easier. You definitely don't want to end up with this.
Ew, brother, ew.
The reason for that is this right here. You see how that folds versus this right here. You see how this one's more durable, provides more safety. Toploaders, semi-rigids, and card savers. This product's called a One Touch, and I don't advise that anyone buy this. I mean, you can do what you want with your own money, but here are the reasons why I strongly suggest against it. First up, we have this Starmie V in a sleeve, and look at that. The sleeve doesn't even fit in there, and most sleeves you'll find are about this size. I'm sure you can find some that are smaller, maybe it'll fit, but most of them won't. So this leads me to my second reason you shouldn't buy these things. So, because most sleeves won't fit in there, you have to put the card in raw.
It's raw!
Just like that. And once you close it up, you can clearly see that there's space right there. That's your card rattling around there, fam. You definitely don't want that happening if you gotta ship stuff or if you're getting stuff shipped to you. So, bad idea. Next up we have a top loader and a semi-rigid / card savers. Semi-rigids and card savers are pretty much the same, and I'm gonna tell you which one I think is better, and this one's pretty common knowledge. Semi-rigids are super flimsy, and top loaders are a bit more sturdy. I'm not saying top loaders are completely perfect. It can still bend a little bit, but it's a lot tougher than a semi-rigid, and we're gonna show you why. Look at this semi-rigid. It's virtually like paper. You can completely bend that thing. That is wild. This is not a good source of how to store stuff. The other issue I have with it is if you're using a regular penny sleeve, then the issue is the same as the binder, but this is supposed to protect your card, right? You run into that thing where it doesn't really fit that well and you have to finagle it in there, and you run the risk of damaging the card, on top of it already being super flimsy, versus just penny sleeving it up or whatever sleeving it up and tapping it into a top loader like so. Storing cards. If you've been collecting for a while, you've probably at some point or another faced warping. This is caused because of humidity in the air, and left unattended, your cards can look like it's crumpling up. Now, I've come up with my own little solution to combat this unless you want to spend money on a dehumidifier. Step 1, you're going to want to sleeve your card up with your sleeve of choice. Make sure that your sleeve is something that you trust. Now step 2, you're going to want to put that in a box. I've chosen an ETB. Obviously don't do it the way I'm doing it in this video. You get the gist. Make sure your card is secure and not moving around a whole bunch so that it doesn't get damaged. Now step 3, you're going to want to take that box and put it in another box to store. This way the box will absorb the moisture before it ever gets to the card, and you'll have indications that moisture is getting in there by the box itself. Hopefully this video helped you out, or at the very least you found it entertaining. Have a good one.